Oh man, lately we've been going to a lot of graveyards for various things. I know it's so weird. We recently had a death, but that's not the only reason we've been in these graveyards. My father was trying to find a grave of some of our ancestors. They were trying to find graves like from 40, 50 years ago, trying to get like family connections, trying to find out who's great-great-grandpa and who's great-great-grandmother. But it kind of did something to me, because I was thinking, I'm looking at all these graves. Like this graveyard I'm going through today, this graveyard isn't even that old. I don't even think this graveyard is 100 years old, and it's full to capacity. Like no other person can be buried here unless they've already secured a plot years ago. And and this is my thing. We're from an area in Mississippi where healthcare is horrible. Like you can even go to your doctor every 2 weeks, every month, and still this may be your outcome, because a lot of the physicians in this area, and there aren't many, I mean, I will say that they are overly, how can I put this? They have too many patients, okay? And so when they do squeeze you in, it's kind of quick, kind of fast, and they don't really have the time to, I guess, do due diligence. Because I think a lot of these graves out here, they're these people out here too early. And I think if we had proper health care and people, doctors in this area, in the Mississippi Delta, that really cared about us, regardless of race and age and all those other factors, just if we had like MDs here who would do thorough tests and take your complaint serious, you know, prevention medicine, you know, things to prevent before it even happens to you. Like if you somebody that come in, you got a poor diet, you know, really working with you on getting a better diet. I don't think you have a grave out here. I mean, sometimes people will pass. We know that it's nothing that can stop that. But I just think a lot of these people are out here way too early. And I just think, I'm speaking on this area because this is where I'm from, but I'm sure a lot of other people would agree. You know, these graveyards, they're packed to capacity a little too soon. Now, we understand things that's out of our control, but healthcare is a big problem, and I think the lack of competency by physicians, overworked, whatever, is leading to this outcome. And it's just sad, especially when a lot of people, they're dying from common things. I don't mean like you know, hard to fight things like cancer and that kind of thing. I mean, some of these people have passed away, maybe complications of high blood pressure, maybe complications of diabetes, you know, treatable things. And I used to say, oh, it's because we're from a poor area, but I have lived in other places where, you know, it's not considered quote unquote poor, and they had a lot of the same results, you know. So I don't know, that's just my take on it and how I was feeling about it. And you know, like I said, it came up for me because we had a funeral recently as a family, but I also was in the graveyards with my dad because we were trying to find some old headstones to find out who his people were. But I just think it's so sad, and I just think, you know, seeing this makes you feel like we live in a third world country. I mean, we're supposed to be like the richest country in the world. You know, why are people dying because they couldn't get their medicine, or nobody gave them a proper diagnosis, or no one cared to be thorough and prevent some of this illness, or, you know, no one cared to make referrals. You know, if you're a physician and some issue is out of your scope of specialty or whatever, refer out. You know, it's always somebody who may know more than you. Like me, I'm a therapist, but I'm sure it's like 1,000 more therapists who know more than that. They know more than me, because maybe they, you know, trained somewhere else or whatever. You know, it's just sad. And I was thinking about that today, and I also was just thinking about this area in the Mississippi Delta. It's just poor health care, poverty, and the outcome is this. You know, graves filling up that were just opened in the 50s. I mean, we haven't even gotten to 2050. Just weird, man. And it's sad. And I know a lot of people are talking about the government not wanting to receive federal funds here in Mississippi, so a lot of the hospitals are closing. I'm gonna be honest, we have one of the worst hospitals in the area. I mean, so many horror stories from people going in for common procedures, never making it out, or if they did make it out, they may have died a few days later because somebody didn't do what they were supposed to do or something. You know, it's just sad, man. I just think we all pay taxes, you know, blah, blah, blah. We all put in our share and work. We should all have the right. Everybody should have the right to the best doctors. You know, even if they're not in your area, it should be some way you can be flown to these places, or maybe it's some kind of medical transportation they could provide, you know, through your insurance or something, to get you where you need to be. You know, it's just, it's you know, it's almost a crime, you know, for people to have to lose their life early for things that could have been prevented.